And the worst kept secret in college football circles is officially out. Colorado is leaving the Pac-12. We shouldn't be that surprised. We told you here on Always College Football just a couple weeks ago, when you make a splashy hire a la Deion Sanders, history was kind of indicated that you might be on the move, at least recent history. Let's go through them. Lincoln Riley to USC. Splashy hire. Within months, they announced that USC is going to the Big Ten. Steve Sarkisian to Texas. Within months, they announced that Texas is heading to the SEC. Colorado, Deion Sanders. Within months, they announced that they're heading back to the Big 12. This is significant news. Significant news for a lot of different reasons. Why? Because when I was growing up, as a Big 12 fan in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I had my heart ripped out by the Colorado Buffaloes in 2003 when Major Applewhite should have been in the game. Chris Sims was. Ultimately, Colorado beat up my Longhorns at the time, and I will never forget it. I joke, of course, but Colorado has a proud and storied history in the Big 12. However, in the Pac-12, it has not been so good. Overall record of just 48-94 in their 12 years in the league. That's overall record. That's a cool, if you guys are good at math, I'm not, 34% winning percentage. In the league itself, just 27-76, which is a cool 26% winning percentage. It's been very difficult. They had one really good year under Mike McIntyre. That was a handful of years ago. But other than that, the success of the Colorado program has been few and far between. Now, I'm hoping that Deion Sanders can revitalize what's been a program that has fallen on hard times. Remember, this is a program that in my lifetime, as a 35-year-old male, in my lifetime, Colorado has had a Heisman Trophy winner, a national championship. They've been really dang good. But most of the time in which they were really good was in the Big 12 or the Big 8. So it's been a while since the Big 12 and the Big 8 had Colorado in it, 2011 to be exact, and hoping that now getting back into the Big 12 maybe, just maybe, I don't know for sure, this is purely speculative because the Big 12 that I grew up with is a little bit different than the Big 12 that currently exists here in 23. This is a group, though, like Nebraska in some ways, when they left the Big 12, the pipeline to talent in the state of Texas didn't dry up completely, but it hasn't necessarily been as good as it once was. Now, Colorado also recruited on the West Coast. They did have some success in California, but the success has been not really there in quite some time. I think this is a great move. The uncertainty surrounding the Pac-12 right now, and I love the Pac-12, and I feel terrible for what George Kliavkoff walked into. This is Larry Scott's fault. This is not George Kliavkoff's fault. But the Pac-12 has fallen so far behind, and now that UCLA and USC are heading to the Big Ten, you do have some notable brands, but those notable brands right now feel almost as if they're waiting for an opportunity to jump ship as well. Colorado is leaving the bird in the bush for the bird in the hand. They say that it's going to be a little bit more predictable. The future is a little less murky, and it gets us back to a place where we once had success. I support the decision 100%. If you look at what Brett Yormark's done and the Big 12 has done, they have made every positive move that they can make since the announcement of Texas and Oklahoma heading to the SEC. You added 4 big-time, high-upside programs in UCF, Cincinnati, Houston, and BYU. Now you have an opportunity to add Colorado, and you add what might be the sport's most polarizing head coach in Deion Sanders. So I think there's a lot of momentum that's been created by Deion Sanders this offseason. Will it pay off in wins and losses here this upcoming season? I don't know about that. I'm not sure I necessarily care. But I do believe that Colorado will be better in the future because of Deion Sanders' presence. What it means for this year, we'll find out. Either way, I think this is the right move for Colorado. The big question remains, will they be the only one? There's been rumors about Arizona being very interested in joining alongside Colorado and joining the Big 12. There were also several rumors surrounding the possibility of Utah maybe joining the Big 12, and then we were told that Utah wasn't interested. Now Utah might be interested, but we're still not 100% sure. And what does it mean for Arizona State? The 4 corner schools, will they ultimately consider moving altogether to form what would inevitably be a pretty dang good league there in the Big 12 be a 16-team league, assuming when Texas and Oklahoma leave. Right now they're at 14. They'll go back to 12, and then you add the 4. So I think this could possibly come down. The biggest question remains, though, like I said, is who is coming with me? Like Jerry Maguire. All I want to know is who's coming with me. That's what I want to know, because I don't think Colorado's going alone when they head to the Big 12.